Hi, and good morning, everyone. My name is Albert, and this is Vlogs About Nothing. Thank you very much for taking the time out of your day to join me. I really appreciate it. I had to do something with my hair. It was starting to look like that dude from Little Giants, not Little Giants, Little Rascals, the alfalfa guy. You feel me? Because it's like all just sort of bent with gravity and really neat and stuck. And yeah, anyways, I do hope that you guys are very well. Honestly, it's Wednesday or something. I think it's Wednesday. So I hope that you guys have a really awesome Wednesday. Um, I want to talk. Well, honestly, I had a subject idea before I started this video. Oh, yeah, that's what we're talking about. So I'm making a video right now talking about the oldest sibling perspective. Now, I'm like extemporaneously giving an improvisational talk on my opinion on how it is to be the oldest person in your family. You feel me? So, like, for example, if you're watching this video and you have brothers and sisters and you are the oldest of that set of human people, you feel me? It doesn't have to be biological. I mean, just typically speaking, in a sequential, uh, numerical sense, right? Like, in that whoever was born first is the oldest kind of a thing, and however you identify either definitively or loosely within your own immediate family reasoning. That's how it is. But, like, again, I say that because I can't stress enough how important it is to not only sometimes try and put yourself in other people's shoes, but to literally try and understand, you know, moreover than just metaphorically putting yourself in another person's shoes, but to actually empathize, sympathize, and rationalize from another person's perspective. Not just you putting on somebody else's shoes. That changes no perspective whatsoever. Like, it's a pretty stationary kind of a verb, I think, right? Like, it doesn't involve much, but like actually going out of your way, I think. And so I say this because I have no idea what it's like to have an older brother or sister. You feel me? I mean, I've had mentors in my life, I've had older friends, I've had responsible people in my life that are older. I've seen a lot of irresponsible behavior from older people as a young and still growing up kind of a person. You feel me? So I don't know what it's like. I don't know what it's like to be a middle child. I can try and put myself in that perspective. And I do. I really do. I try and think about how other people feel in different situations and, how their perspective is just as relevant as mine, but moreover, it can never be anything that I really experience because I can't ever say that I've been in that position, and or more importantly, will never be in that position, right? So all of the opinions that I have on siblings, and this comes from being the oldest sibling. That's it. My own practical direct experience that can be correlated into what I've now as an adult aggregated into my opinion on being the oldest out of a set of siblings, again, comes from the actual fact that I am the oldest of five. You feel me? And I was born to young parents. My parents were technically children when they had me, both of them, right? Like, this is public fact. I can't, say things that aren't true, and they absolutely 100% are. And I mean, I guess to their better argument, that they're still together. You feel me? And I'm grateful for that. I'm happy that my mom and my dad have each other. However, I also recognize that they, in particular, can never understand what my perspective is on life as it comes from being the oldest sibling. Because, factually speaking, my biological parents are part of a set of siblings, and they both happen to be the youngest in large sets of immediate family numbers. I'm the oldest of five. Both my mother and my father are the youngest of, from what I at least know and believe to be six. So, and again, I say that because I honestly can't tell you how many brothers and sisters my mother has, and I don't know if she can tell you that because of the age and the generation that she came from and her parents' background. So, again, I'm just speaking out loud when I say that, if you've watched my show before and you've heard me specifically talk about family and experiences, I ask that you really try and understand that my perspective is obviously skewed, it's obviously biased, but it obviously and 100% admittedly and accountably and transparently comes from a place where I feel like I know what I'm talking about, right? Because they're just my feelings that are given because of the facts that I've been presented in my own life. Now, that being said, almost 6 minutes into the video, I want to talk about how I just had to spend 6 minutes of my life prefacing, the very concept that like being the oldest in a set of siblings is different than being the youngest. I mean, obviously. So you're going to have different experiences, you're going to have different opinions. And I feel like being the oldest is a tough thing to do. I mean, again, and I say this because being the firstborn out of what are to be other people that are very much similar to you, is different. It's different in that, for my experience, is that I had a sister who passed away when I was like 2 or 3 years old, right? And so when that happened, I did not have an opportunity, mathematically speaking, to even have a relationship within a close proximity of age as it concerned the sequence of other children that were to be born after me. My then next oldest in line, my brother, you feel me? And so, like, that wasn't until like many, many years later. I'm not sure, maybe like 6 or 7. I don't know the age difference between my brother and I should, but I don't. So, I'm just saying that this is Vlogs About Nothing. And I think that one part of why people do watch this show is because I am and have and try and will always continue to be 100% like honest, you feel me? Since I've decided to put my life on blast and I've decided to give my consent to the entire world as it concerns my absolute need to be transparent, my own self, because it's a part of the product that I sell and I want to run a good business. And if I'm turning myself into a business, then why wouldn't I be completely honest with my audience? And I feel like, having these conversations, as diluted and long as they can be, with sometimes no point, they do have meaning, I mean, because I do try and speak for people that aren't as extrovert as myself, who may be scared or afraid to tell people how they feel or have something to lose. And I mean, I guess the best part about losing your entire life is that at some point, you have very little to lose. And I feel like that's a thing that happens um, when a person decides to disembark from what otherwise is pounded into our heads as being the right or wrong thing to do as it concerns the representation of how we present ourselves and to those that are close to us and our family and the things we say or don't say about them, you know what I mean? But like, this is Vlogs About Nothing. And every single time we wrap up another 10 minutes of these conversations, I am just that much more proud of myself. I go out of my way to make sure that every single word that comes out of my mouth is as tailor made for invoking not just debate, but also meaningful humoristic approaches to what otherwise are just super dull and dumb things to talk about. You feel me? Like, I mean, I was trying to talk about experiences from an oldest perspective as the oldest child in a set of siblings. And, when we get onto these sidebars and there's some personal anecdotes in there, and it's interesting because the more I tell myself people don't listen to these videos and I get frustrated, the more I'm reminded, either now more than ever, IRL, or by peers or by people that speak to me through text message and so forth, that like they actually do watch, and stuff. So again, I this is kind of like a nice social experiment for myself too, and I feel like it's important to understand I'm the oldest, and that my perspectives on where immediate family falls and my responsibilities, and again, these are all just takes and perspectives from a perspective that I can never change. And so shout out to all the oldest people out there, you feel me? Like at some point there's got to be a wrap up to the video, and we have so many more videos to make today, but like again, the thing is that I want to spend my time with you, and just as much as you want to spend your time with me because you're watching these videos, right? Note to future self, I really do appreciate all of you watching these videos, even if it is weeks later and on some total nonsensical YouTube recommended algorithm based thing that has now made this channel surpass 30,000 views. So again, let's continue to show the world that in fact old school content is just as simple as turning your phone on and being open and honest, and you don't need anything other than just your brain, you feel me? And like the the awareness that I think we can all just be as authentic, and it requires, obviously, this kind of authenticity requires a lot of sacrifice, a lot of not going out, a lot of choosing not to, try and get a job because every job out there, like, seems as if you put more money into it than you get out of it, kind of a thing, you know what I mean? And I'm done with that. So like I'll just cut my losses, and instead of continuing to invest my energy and time into things that I know inevitably cost me more than I get out of it, why not just invest all of my time and everything I have into this? So thanks for watching my show. I really appreciate it. It's random AF, and I look forward to getting old with y'all, to having all of these different experiences for this channel to grow. I enjoy doing these rants at the end of videos that, just basically conclude with the idea that essentially I also want to demonstrate how a positive attitude can impact the financial bottom line of your life, and just so much as you're as respectful as possible, and you in that same vein are also not dishonest about things that may make people feel uncomfortable. I hope that you guys have a really good day. Thank you for watching Vlogs About Nothing. I can't thank you enough. To the future people that are watching this, including myself, I don't watch these videos in their entirety until sometime later. I do watch them like the first 45 seconds from my end on my phone, like in the raw like version. And I said edited, but there's like I don't even have like a laptop right now, so I'm still working from this broken phone. I need to make other videos. You guys have a really good Wednesday, all right? Bye.